Hi, I'm Jania Bailey, the CEO of FranNet. On behalf of all of us, I'd like to welcome you to this video series. This series is going to help you gain a perspective on business ownership, really boiling down into whether or not this is something you should be considering. This is a foundation. If you think of the series in that way, it's a foundation into the questions you should be asking. It's going to help you gain insight about you. We're going to be doing some things that'll force you to really look at yourself, do a pluses and minuses kind of balance sheet. Is this something that should be on my radar? Is this something that I should be considering for the next phase of my life? We're going to look at the three primary options for going into business. We're going to look at whether or not this is a strategy that you should even be considering. Is it a fit for you? So, why am I here to talk to you? Well, I've spent over 30 years working with small businesses, both through the banking industry and now with FranNet. I've helped people explore business ownership, further their careers in business ownership. For the past 6 years, I served on the board of directors for the International Franchise Association. I currently continue with the Franchise Association in the membership committee. Franchising is part of the career path that I've chosen. The well-rounded experience that I bring gives me some insight that maybe a lot of people wouldn't have, because I have loaned money to, approved, and declined concepts for people to invest in. Our goal is to help everyone we work with make the most informed decision so that they can minimize the risk and avoid the big mistakes. This is going to be a pretty down-to-earth presentation. You know, I believe being ourselves and just taking a hard look is much better than a hard sales pitch. So that's what you're going to get today. We're going to be talking one-on-one. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to look at your skills, your competencies, your goals and objectives. You need to think about what's important to you and to your family. You need to be sure whatever decision you make is a fit for you. If not, you're setting yourself up for failure. So who is FranNet? Well, we're an international franchise consulting company. We have over 100 locally based consultants throughout North America. We've been in business for over 32 years, and we've helped thousands of people find, research, and purchase franchise. We take them through a process where we really work with them to get to know them, and then think of it like an executive recruiter in the job market. We've got top-level franchise companies that have described to us what they're looking for. We get to know you, and then we compare the two and make the introduction. So our services are at no charge to you. Our franchisors pay our fee, very similar to that executive recruiter model we talked about. FranNet looks at a multitude of concepts every year. There are over 4,000 concepts in the franchise industry, and we're going to get into that a little later. But what we've done is tried to take that huge list of franchises and narrow it down to concepts that most of our clients are going to be interested in looking at. Our job is to help you get to the yes or the no. And no is an acceptable answer. Franchising, business ownership in general, is not for everybody. So we're going to be taking you through the process that's a whole lot more simple and makes so much more sense than just doing a Google search. You go to Google today and you type in franchise opportunities, you're going to be absolutely overwhelmed. So we're going to give you some tools and techniques that will keep you from trying to sort through 4,000 brands, and it'll help you zero in on those that could be right for you. We don't sell businesses. And you know, one of the things when our FranNet people are coming through training, I say over and over, we don't sell franchises, because our role is to be a consultant and to give you tools. You're going to be introduced to 3 to 4 concepts if you work with FranNet. We never hand you just one and say, this is the answer for you, because it has to be what you're comfortable with. So we're going to introduce you to concepts that match up with that profile we help you develop. What are you looking for? What are your skill sets? What's your budget? What's your level of interest in, retail versus working from home, or working for an office? So we're going to take all of those things and narrow it down to 3 or 4 concepts to help you start that process of analyzing. So, the series, what are we going to cover? Well, obviously you've joined us today because you're looking at career options. You may have been sent to us by one of our strategic partners, from an outplacement firm we work with, or SCORE, or the SBDC. You must be at a crossroad in your career. So you're now trying to decide, do I go look for a job again? Or do I want to take control of my destiny and work for myself? And if I want to work for myself, how do I go about doing that? So we're going to cover these topics. Why business ownership? Should it be on your radar? Why or why not? Risk and rewards. There's always risk, and you have to weigh it against the potential rewards. The options for going into business. What is a franchise? Franchise disclosure document and your due diligence. The myths around franchising. Why own a franchise? How you find your perfect fit. Your business model and your transferable skills, and some additional resources you will need as you go through this process. We're going to really open it up for you to explore. Then we're going to talk about how do you determine the best business model for you and help you build that personal business model. Thank you for joining us today. To learn more about business ownership, visit our website, FranNet.com.